I'm Hazel, it's Saturday today, which makes it time to sit down and catch up on the WoW news of the week, what I've been up to, and answer some of your questions. This week brought the long-dreaded Death of WoWUp. If you haven't been familiar, WoWUp is a add-on manager that kind of sprung up after the Twitch app ceased to function, that many people, myself included, have been using to update our add-ons for a while. CurseForge, who owns the API where the majority of WoW add-ons are hosted, has officially depreciated the API so that WoWUp and other third-party add-on clients like it can no longer scrape it to provide their own add-on updating. Basically, if you want to use an add-on that is only hosted on CurseForge, you need to either use the CurseForge client or download and install it manually the old-fashioned way. WoWUp will still continue to work and your add-ons aren't going to immediately break, but if your add-on is only hosted on CurseForge, then WoWUp will no longer be able to get updates for it, and you may find some of your most used add-ons falling out of date. A lot of people have been resistant to switching over to the CurseForge client because it was acquired by Overwolf, who has kind of an unpopular reputation in the gaming space. One silver lining is they have recently released a standalone version of the CurseForge client that does not require the Overwolf platform. I will include a link to that down below if you're looking for it. I personally was using WoWUp for quite a while, but switched to CurseForge a little ways back just because I already had the Overwolf platform because of the Warcraft logs client, so I figured I'd already given up on that battle. But if you're using WoWUp and you were wondering why some of your add-ons are no longer getting updates, that is why. In WoW news this week, the Season 4 Mythic Plus Affix has been added to the 925 PTR for testing, and we now know what it is. So it's called Shrouded, and what it does is it allows you to choose a bounty at the beginning of the dungeon, basically pick a secondary stat from Haste, Crit, Versa, or Mastery. And as you play the dungeon, some mobs will appear kind of purple and have a debuff, and killing that mob will give you one stack of the chosen bounty, in addition to some health and mana back. I'm sure somebody knows, but I wasn't able to find out 100% if that bounty is per party or per character, like if you're able to choose your own secondary or if everybody has to agree on one. But in any case, it seems like a nice sort of straightforward affix that gives mana back, which is what I'm interested in as a healer, as well as just some straight extra stats to help you in your dungeon run. It adds a little flavor with the Dreadlords, and there's the potential for it to change up some roots a bit to kind of hunt down more of them for more stacks if needed. But it's, for the most part, like a pretty straightforward, easy to understand affix that is not going to turn your world upside down. Given that Season 4 is shaping up to be pretty wacky with the faded affix for raids and like a brand new dungeon pool, I'm okay with one part of it being simple. Speaking of simplicity, other 925 news, the Enigma Arena, the upcoming kind of broker-themed arena, is officially losing its button for the center pillar. If you didn't remember, this was a new arena map that was pushed back to 925 and had this pillar in the middle that you could toggle with a button. As it turns out, that did not play nicely with just a variety of things, and it's just going to be a static pillar after all when this map goes live. I think that's probably for the best for a map that people are playing like rated arena on. I think that wacky maps and like gimmicky concepts are fun, especially in lower stakes settings, but any map, and I think this goes for dungeons too, where people are trying to really like push rating and do very difficult things, consistency is best. You don't want to have to be chalking up your losses to things that were outside of your control. That feels pretty bad. Speaking of pushing things, in my life this week in WoW, I got AOTC. My guild finally cleared Heroic Jailer, got our shiny new Carsonite Xerath Steed mounts. I also recently got my 3k Mythic Plus rating and time to 20 in every single key for all of the portals. Shadowlands Season 3 has been, I think, the most fun that I've ever had in a Mythic Plus season and a raid. I'm really lucky to have such an awesome group of people to play with that made it so fun. And I'm looking forward to seeing all this content kind of remixed up in Season 4, but it feels good to get my goals done, especially now, because I think we probably have plenty of time left in the season, but people are starting to go on vacation and stuff, so it's nice to get it locked in. And questions for this week, Mr. Rafting wants to know, what real-life animal would you like to see in WoW as either a hunter pet or a mount? Excluded battle pets because they're tiny and not as useful. First of all, how could you? The battle pet slander. Second of all, I am game for more big rodents. Like, I'm thinking squirrels, I'm thinking rabbits. I want like giant squirrel and rabbit mounts, maybe giant squirrel and rabbit hunter pets. We do already have squirrel and rabbit hunter pets, but they're like mechanical squirrels, mechanical rabbits, and I kind of want big fluffy ones. My other thought is that I would be so down right now for a flock of chicken mounts. I know there's the magic rooster mount, and there's also like a mecha chicken pet, but chickens. I could go for like 13 recolors of them. You could just take the Valley chicken models and all the different colors of those and then make them really big and then put a saddle on the back of them, and I would be just tearing around town all day with my flannel shirt mug. I'm going through kind of a phase right now. And Ken wants to know, when do you think the next mount meta achievement will be coming? The mount total is very high compared to the current meta number. Of course, I have no idea, but I'm right there with you. I would very much like another one. I currently, according to Data for Azeroth, have 82.3% of all of the mounts in the game. And that's a total of 780. They're not all usable on one character, but still, the last time that we had a mount collecting meta was for 400, and that was a while ago. I think that if they had the resources to do it, it would be really nice for them to release like a big set of them to kind of fill in some of those gaps between 400 and 800. And then I'm totally fine with them future-proofing it and putting in mount collecting metas with mount rewards that are like barely obtainable right now, because every time a patch comes out, those kind of self-nerf. They've been adding tons of mounts every patch. So I would be fine with them just doing like a big batch of them to kind of future-proof it for a while. I don't know how realistic that is, but I'm just trying to find like nice places for my imaginary dream flock of chicken mounts to live. And that has been the week. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions for a news video, please pop it in the comments and include the word question to help me find it. Stop by a stream sometime if you like. I live stream on Twitch 6 days a week. Appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.